and welcome to the CXO Journey in HR Mantra, powered by the Manobala. Hello and welcome to the CXO Journey in HR Mantra series powered by the Manobala. Today we have very special guest. We can say the rare combination of sharp financial leader and a deep spiritual insight, Mr. Samba. As the Chief Financial Officer of the Tata Play, he plays a key role in driving financial strategy in fast evolving digital and media landscape. But beyond the boardroom, he also an author and a spiritually inclined leader. Someone who believes that true success is not just measured in numbers, but in clarity and balance and purpose. His journey beautifully blends with finance, leadership, and inner growth, something very relevant in today's high-pressure corporate world. Welcome to the podcast, sir, and I'm really honored to have you on the show.
Thank you, Anil. It's an honor to be part of your show. So let's begin. Thank you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. So, sir, this podcast basically most of the students who inspire to become CXOs, professionals, different shape. These are the most of the viewers which I get the feedback, and that's the beautifully we concept. We invited maximum CXOs this show. So good, sir. How my first question defined to you? I just ask you, sir. How would you describe your journey from professional to CFO in one line?
So I would call it a roller coaster ride, meaning I have seen many ups and downs. So it is a roller coaster ride. Yeah.
Right, right. Sir, what is the toughest phase in your career, I can say, and what did teach in your about life?
Yeah. So I cannot pinpoint toughest as one. There are many ups and downs, as I mentioned in my previous answer.
Right,
So one thing which comes to my mind was very early in my career. I would say as soon as I passed my chartered accountancy. So this was way back, I'm saying in 1987.
right,
So I decided to start my own venture. In those days, starting your own CA firm was not a very common phenomenon.
right,
But I took the plunge and I did it for almost 2.5 years. I was a practicing chartered accountant, but after some time, I realized that that was not my cup of tea, or it was not giving the kind of returns what I was expecting. Maybe I was not very patient. So then I decided to do my MBA, and then I did my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. After that, I got into corporate life, and then I never looked back. So I think that's one lesson which I learned that, okay, I don't know what the career would have been had I continued my CA profession. Maybe I would have become a different person. Definitely, I don't think I would have become a CXO, CFO kind of thing. Maybe I would have become a practicing chartered accountant.
right,
So,
right.
but I have no regrets.
Good, good, sir. Did you always aim for leadership roles or did your journey unfold naturally?
Naturally, unfold nature.
Okay, okay. What kept you going during uncertain or low phases, sir? Which you have described the, doing the
Yeah,
CA forms.
so
Yeah.
there is not too many low phases, I would say. As I said, after you finish your MBA, then the journey was a relatively smooth. Relatively
Okay.
smooth in the sense that, yes, there are a little bit, but already you have reached a certain, I would say, very early in career, I reached a CXO level, much early in my career. So therefore, I did not feel that I was having a rough tide. For example, I was a chief operating officer in Renault Ballpens company, which was way back in 1996 itself, 98, rather. Not 96, 98. So at that age itself, once you are managing a very large portfolio, when I was not even, when I was just about 30. So it's a good, after that, it was all good.
Right, right. Sir, for now, a little bit finance related, which I wanted, although I'm not finance expert. Sir, for a common person, like a student or common person, what does a CFO really do in daily to daily operation life?
Yeah. See, CFO today does a lot of things different than what they used to do many years back. For example, when I started my career, CFO has a certain definition and a role. For example, he or she has to make sure that your accounts are written properly, your payments are made properly, your balance sheet is having a true and fair financial view, and that's about it. So it was more to do with accounting, more to do with cash management, more to do with balance sheet management and things like that. So, and the role of the CFO effectively revolved around these areas. But today, 30 years down the line, today the role of the CFO has become much wider.
Right.
In fact, I would say CFO's role is now expected to play the role of a strategic partner to the CEO of
Business.
the organization, to the
Right.
business. So, and the business partnering has become a, what you can say, a non-negotiable. So you need to understand the business far more than you were required to understand the business in the past. Plus, there are other roles around what you can say, compliance and those kind of things have gone up a lot. In fact, they are also playing a role in AI. Many CFOs I know are playing a role in AI. They're
Right.
also playing a role in, I would say, even DPDPA on enterprise risk management. Then somewhere around process improvements. There are many other roles which are expected to be played by the CFO. So to
Right.
that extent, I believe today the CFO's role has become far wider
Wow.
and
Compared to other,
deeper as well.
compared to earlier
Uh,
days.
Wider and deeper, yes,
Right.
compared to the earlier days, yes.
Right. So most of the in financial aspect I'm talking, what is one financial generally make mistakes more professional, making their career life financial professional? What are the maximum they, as per you, because you have played a maximum role, what are the maximum generally they make the mistakes in their life or profession?
Yeah, I would not like to call somebody making a mistake
Right.
because I have made more mistakes in my career, right? So without mistakes, you don't have a career in any career, whether it is a finance career or whether it is a sales or marketing career. In a long journey of 30, 40 years, you may take 10 decisions, career decisions, I say, out of which maybe five may be right and five may be wrong, or maybe eight may be right and two may be wrong. But definitely there will be some wrong decisions. So to answer your, I would put it slightly differently. What are some of the improvement areas for a financial professional which one needs to look at is that today, compared to the past, you need to have a much wider scope of understanding of the business. Coming back to the previous role, right? So
Right.
people, they think finance is only finance. No, finance also includes business.
Exactly.
Finance includes strategy. Finance includes process. Finance includes risk management. So once you have that mindset that finance is wider, then you tend to learn those things in a better way. So the mistake or some kind of thought process that, okay, I have learned the balance sheet and cash flow and P&L and everything. That is enough. No, that is a mistake, I would say. You have to really enhance the scope of the role in your mind. If you
Right.
do it in your mind, then only you will do it in practice.
Exactly. Exactly. My next question, what habit can make someone financially strong over time? Anybody who building their career in finance.
No, in any career, I would say there are certain things one needs to know or one needs to have this habit. So I would not restrict it to finance. I would call it as if you want to go up in any career,
Right.
you need to have certain habits which are, in my mind, non-negotiable. If you are after success, there are at least these words are all very common words. But this I learned many years ago from, I think, Mr. Vijay Amritraj, who was a tennis player in those days. So
Okay.
I listened to one of his motivational speeches. He was a great tennis player. And he said there are 5 Ds which he learned in his life, which helps anybody in any pursuit. So number one is that you need to have desire,
Okay.
desire for becoming successful.
Right.
If you don't have the desire, then you will get nowhere,
Correct.
right? Second is discipline, self-explanatory. Discipline means you need to be consistent.
Exactly.
That's the discipline, right? Consistent. Every day, get up and do something. So that's
Right.
the habit formation.
Right.
Then you need dedication. Dedication, what he called it was focus. One is discipline, second is focus. You need to be dedicated, means exact focus. I want to become a CFO, let us say.
Right.
If you got an idea of becoming a CFO, then you should have a laser focus.
Right.
So you need to be dedicated to that goal.
Right.
And while you are dedicated to the goal, there will be many times when there will be ups and downs in your career. Then you need determination to get up and run again. You may fall
Exactly.
down.
Exactly.
So that's the fourth D. The last one is not in your control, what he called as divine intervention. Some people may call it, those who are not believing in God, they may call it destiny. Both are starting with D. So these are the 5 Ds which I think anybody needs to come up in life.
Good, sir. Very, very, very beautifully explained. Sir, in today's aura, if I ask today what matters more to be anybody saving, investing, or earning more?
No, I was thinking about it, but all three are equally important. Huh? So
Okay.
if I were to rank in my mind among the
Yeah.
three, all three are required for anybody, saving, investing, and this thing. So in my life, I was just looking back. I was concentrating only one thing, basically that I should be living within my means.
You're right.
So which means that if my earnings are going down, let us say, then my expenditure also has to go down.
Exactly.
So savings is kind of a fixed number for me.
Understood. So
So
if
savings के बाद expenditure comes up.
okay, so
In my mind, in my mind.
सबसे पहले सेविंग के दिमाग में रहना चाहिए. And if anybody focus on saving, then whatever. So this is the financial mantra. Anybody make a balance, right? They should plan a goal for saving and then accordingly spend
Yeah,
it.
very, very simple logic I used to say to many
Right,
people. I have given this advice that when you want to retire at the age, say 60 or 50 or whatever,
right.
at that point in time, whenever you are retiring, at that point in time, you should have at least means for the next 20 years. Meaning, whatever your current level of expenditure at the age
Understood.
50, at that time, you should have enough money to say that, okay, next 20 years के लिए काफी है.
Got it. They very, very
Then you can take a goodbye from your job.
right, 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 right.
After 50. But at 30, you don't take the decision. At 30, you should take 40 years.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because nowadays this is the new craze is coming early retirement.
If I
So
want to retire at 30, then I should have next 40 years के लिए I should have money. At least 70 तक आपको you should have some means. After 70, if you can manage till 70, then automatically you will manage beyond that also.
good, sir, good. Now I'll ask about your current this one. With OTT and digital growth, sir, how is the business model of Tata Play evolving?
Yeah. So first of all, we are not a listed company, so therefore I will not be able to talk any numbers or anything. At
Right,
an industry level, I can give an answer.
right.
Industry level, we believe that OTT and television both will coexist. So it
Okay,
is not one against the other. For
right.
example, when you are watching television, we are now finding that many people are watching television and in addition, they are also watching OTT.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you are watching television for say 4 hours, on an average, people watch for say 4 hours. That is the
Right,
data.
right.
So OTT, if you watch every day, 2 hours, let us say. So which means the total consumption of entertainment is 6 hours. It is not that 4 is taken away by 2 hours and then you are watching 2 hours of OTT and 2 hours of television. No.
Yes.
The data tells us that people are watching OTT over and above television. The
Oh,
time spent.
right,
So
right.
time spent on television is not coming down.
Right, right. So, sir, I'll just is just came after this question. Example for me, like a professional. Okay, uh, I believe 10 year down the line, I was having the Tata Play. That time, I think something else called the Tata. Now change the Tata Play name. I think the
Tata Sky.
something Tata Sky. Yes, exactly. So Tata Sky, I was using the Tata Sky from my village, Tata Sky from Bangalore. Okay, but last from few years, I stopped and completely on the just internet and then YouTube and all. That's a watching. So is that this era, especially for the city size, is that the exactly the business? Of course, that's a number I'm not asking. In general, the question I'm asking is that the it's hitting back to the this like this kind of the businesses to be any company.
Yeah. So you are right. in the urban market, what you are saying is absolutely correct.
Right.
That television, purely the television as a screen, as a medium, is people are watching less, they are watching more OTT.
Right.
But I do not know where you have to remember that India is a country of villages. I don't know how
Yes.
many, do you know how many villages are there in India?
No, not really, sir.
600,000.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Good.
Okay. And you may have visited maybe 6 villages or 10 villages. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
The remaining 5,90,000 villages, you also have not visited. I have visited maybe 1,000 villages, for example, because that's part of my
Understood.
job.
Right. Right.
Right. So when you go to the rural market, there the story is totally different. There is no Netflix.
Right.
In many of the rural markets,
Yes.
there is OTT penetration is relatively much poorer.
Yeah, I agree.
There the
Completely agree.
only source of entertainment is television.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have other sources of entertainment.
Yes. Yes.
There is still opportunity, or there the business is growing very well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So yes, urban, rural. India is more rural than
Rural.
urban. Urban, the penetration is high and saturated. Yes, the growth is slow, but rural, the penetration is low. Therefore, the growth opportunity is high.
Right. 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 Sir, in today's world, what matters more for any individual, you can say, profit or long-term value?
Long-term value.
Okay. Okay. So, but
I
today's
personally believe in long term. I personally believe in long term. I
right.
don't believe in short term and shortcuts.
Yeah. So
Whether it
might
is
be
official, whether it is personal, everything it is for me. It's all long term value.
right. For might be, sir, for you and me, might be just Gen Zs and Gen Alphas will say this old mindset. Okay. How is relevant to the Gen Zs and Gen Alphas in this, the values and profit, which I have asked the question?
Yeah. See, I don't think it should be any different for the Gen Zs also.
Right.
Because the Gen Zs also, if they sit down and think that, see, Gen Zs are going to live longer than the older guys, right?
Yes,
If we are
exactly.
going to live, say, age 70, people, Gen Zs may be living till age 80, 90. Some
Right.
may even live to 100.
Right.
Some may also live to 100, possibly. There will be more people living longer in the Gen Z, correct?
Yeah, true.
Then how can they start thinking short term when you are going to live long term?
Yes.
Then life becomes very difficult, no? If you start thinking like that, if there is a short term, you'll have more short terms and more short term pains, no?
Yes, exactly. I think this is the different prospects of the life, the thinking. If everything will start thinking about the short term, then life will become a short term only.
And but you will have to live for a longer time thinking for short term only, no? Which will be
Right.
more pain.
Right, right, right. Good, sir. Sir, now I'll ask lots of noise in the market about AI and all. Will AI replace finance jobs or make them smarter?
So AI is a very interesting topic actually. So I'm studying a lot on AI, and in fact, I'm also keenly interested in knowing about the impact of AI.
Right.
Whatever we have seen on AI, first of all, AI as a concept has been there for the last 75 years. As
Okay.
a concept, the word artificial intelligence was, I think, invented in 1950s,
Right.
1954 to be precise. Okay. So it is not a new term. And there has
Right.
been all the whatever we are seeing now, most of the kind of software inventions have happened 50 years back itself.
Right.
Concepts like back propagation, there are many concepts which AI today we are using, all are known to human beings even 50 years back, 40 years back. This is not a new invention, first of all. AI
Right.
is not new at
Agree.
all. It
Agree.
was in some small set of people. Now it has become known to large set of people, right?
Exactly.
First, that is point number one.
Yes.
And more importantly, the new AI, what we are getting is basically what it is trying to make life easier for us. Effectively, what is AI doing? It is trying to replace the routine jobs so that you have a lot of free time.
Yes.
Everybody will have a lot of free time. But people think that when I have a lot of free time, I will become jobless and I will be sacked from the company. That's what
Hmm.
people think.
That's what the mindset most of the people. Yeah.
That need not be the case, provided if you can, as an organization, as an individual, you can improve your skill sets in such a way that once you are doing the mundane jobs, then there are certain activities only you will be doing. Can
Right.
I do some thinking activity? Can I do some analysis activity? Can I do some interpretation activity? Can I do some data science activity? Can I do some other thing which are totally new areas which have not yet been very popular?
Right.
There are totally many new jobs which are going to come. For example, we keep talking about when motor cars came, we thought everything will die. When
Hmm.
trains came, we thought motor cars will die. When flights came, we thought trains and this thing will die. Right? So it is after every invention, we think that the previous ones will all go away. When
Right.
print came, we thought radio will die. When television came, then we thought print will die. When TV came, we thought print will die. But nothing has died.
Yeah.
None of these things have died. There is always an opportunity for things to coexist with each other. So AI will coexist with humanity. AI, AI will not take anybody's job very clearly. The
Right.
person who is learning AI, the person who is learning AI will take the job from the person who does not want to learn AI.
Exactly. Exactly. So the person who's learning, he will be the more relevant
And
to the
he will take
market.
the job from the person who decides not to learn AI.
Right. 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 Good. Good,
So
sir.
if you decide I don't want to learn AI,
Right.
then you okay, so you have decided it's like you are quitting the job yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. Sir, this question is specific for the finance student. What skills should young professional build today to stay relevant in future? And second, how the academic when they are studying and the corporate job when the corporate world like academia and then when they're joining the corporate world, there's a huge gap. How that gap they can start fixing now during the study itself to make them very work ready when they will be the joining any organization.
Yeah, this is a very wonderful question because even though many of the institutes are grappling with the problem, because while they actually deliver a lot of good quality, for example, let us say IIT graduates or let us say even MBA students, they're highly intellectually capable people.
Right.
But some of them, when they come to the job, they may struggle a little bit. But what your education teaches you is A, how to be resilient, how to solve problems,
Right.
how to adapt to new situations. Because if there is regular surprise quizzes and surprise exams, every day is a day of surprise, which will
Right.
be the story when you come to the office. Every day will be a day of surprise. Suddenly, your boss will ask something today. Tomorrow, you will say, what happened to the other thing? Next day, some competition would have launched something. Then I'll say everything will go for a toss. Yesterday, day before yesterday, problem solved. Unsolved also. Then start with a new problem. Then suddenly, the old problem will become priority next day. So every single day, you are trying to grapple with problems, which requires a lot of adaptability, a lot of resilience, a lot of problem solving skills, data analytics, insights, and all those things. All these things you learn. But what you typically are found as an improvement area, I would not call it as a deficiency. Improvement area is the emotional quotient. While
Right.
your IQ may be good, your EQ has to be equally better. In any organization, you need a combination of IQ and EQ.
EQ. Yeah.
So EQ is something which needs to come over a period of time. It takes a little bit more time for a person to be emotionally, how to interact with subordinates, how to interact with superiors, how to interact with outsiders, how to interact with insiders. What happens when there is a sudden pressure coming from your boss? How do you handle a boss who is actually micromanaging yourself? So these are things which require a lot more. And for example, how negotiation skills, so these are some of the what you can say non-functional technical skills. You may need to have some kind of a practice, but again, I don't think any school teaches you all these things. You will learn it on the job. This is what we call as on the job training. So I don't call it as a deficiency, but smart people they pick it up very quickly.
Right. 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 Sir, when you making the decisions in daily to daily life, is experience more important or data-driven decision making?
So again, it is like which one of your children is more important for you, right? You got a son and a daughter. Are
Right.
you saying your son is more important or daughter is more important? So I
Hmm.
would say both are
Both
important,
are
but
important.
at the same time, you need definitely data. Sometimes you may have an experience, But if the data does not support your experience, you should have the mental ability to accept that whatever I have experienced in the last 30, 40 years may not be right because this data is not telling me that. It is coming against my experience. You should have that open-mindedness to accept the reality based on data. Many a time, even in my personal case, I come with a preconceived notion, "Cha, aisa hi hota hai."
Right.
Then even if the data tells me something totally opposite, I will not believe the data, saying that this data is wrong.
Oh, is it?
That is, no, I'm just saying I can
Right,
say
right,
that.
right.
So people do that all the time. Many people
Hmm.
do that because some data, if I find that it is not matching with my thought process,
Right.
I would not change my thought process. Instead, I would question the data,
Yes, yes, yes. True,
which
true.
is something, it's a little bit of a tricky thing.
Right, right.
I don't know whether I answered your question, but
No, no,
I always feel that data is king. I always feel that data is king.
yeah, that's I think I was working with one of the CHRO and CA taught me this. Whatever you telling, it should reflect on your data also while making the decision. If both is reverse order, then there is a problem, either data things or your thought process. So it should be when you proposing anything, when you making any decision, both should speak on the same line when you go for the higher authorities and taking the, you can say, approval from the top management.
Correct.
Good, sir. So how do you see the role of CFO changing in the next 5 years as per you?
So, in fact, very recently, I was having a chat with this Gartner, as
Okay.
Gartner is a research organization. It's a globally known research organization. Have you heard of Gartner? No.
No,
Gartner.
no, 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 sir.
Gartner is a well-known research organization, particularly around finance. They were asking me the same question as to what do you think finance is going to be in 2030? So I will give the same answer, whatever I had given to them. So basically, what I feel is that today, finance is based on certain functions. For
Right.
example, you have a controlling function. There is a finance controlling function. There's a financial planning and analysis, what we call as FP&A. Then there is a tax, treasury. So many similar kind of functions are there within finance. Tomorrow, these kind of functional barriers will get blurred and they will
Hmm.
merge together.
Right.
Instead, you will find skill-based roles, not function-based roles. For
Right.
example, if as an individual, if say Anil Kumar is very, very skilled in planning, at the same time, he also understands tax very well. He has done a course on tax and he has done PhD in tax.
Right.
You may get a job to handle both. You can
Hmm.
say 50% of your time you will be working in tax, other 50% of the time you will be working in your controlling.
Right.
There are people like that. Somebody may be very good in treasury operations. At the same time, he is also good in, let us say, in strategy.
Right.
We have cases like that. The person is spending, say, 50% of the time he is heading treasury in our company only, and another 50% of the time he is handling strategy.
Right.
So now, how did this happen? It is not that the activities are changing. It is the person's skill set has changed. The person has taken additional multiple skill sets. So
Right.
when there is additional multiple skill sets, he or she can actually do multiple roles within the same organization. So
Hmm.
skill-based organization is one big change which will happen. The second big change will be there will be a lot of agentic AIs. There's a concept called agentic AI,
Yes.
which means that there is a generative AI, Gen AI, and agentic AI are two parts of AI.
Right.
Gen AI is informatory, agentic AI is action oriented.
True.
So far, there has been a lot of actions around Gen AI.
JNI. Yes.
Recently, Gen AI, generative AI,
Right.
which will understand your question, give you reports, give you analysis, give you everything for you to take action.
Yes. Exactly.
But now it is not only giving you this generative AI, it will also tell you, it will also act for you.
True.
That is what agentic AI is all about. Generative AI gives inputs to agentic AI, and agentic AI goes and does the job.
Right. Right.
That
Right.
will become very, very big. So
Right.
agents will become like employees. Having
Yes.
said that, while the agents will become like employees, I cannot question the agentic AI if the agentic AI makes a mistake. They will still have to be monitored and managed by
Maker
some
and
human
checker.
being,
Maker and checker.
maker and checker. So
Yes.
agentic AI, there may be some 5 agents will be there, but there will be one manager, which is a human being.
True.
So two things I'm saying. One is skill-based organization. Second is human-managed agents, computer agents.
Right.
These two will become very common in the next 5 years.
Good, sir. Good. Sir, now I wanted to know more in terms of the leadership mindset aspect. What is one quality that's define a strong leader as per you?
See, leader is a very, I would say, very tricky word, I would say, right?
Right.
Because it's who decides who is the leader? Do I decide whether I'm the leader or somebody else decides I'm the leader?
Yeah.
First question to ask.
Yes.
I should not have pretensions कि मैं leader बन गया.
Yes.
You don't become a leader in your mind, first of all.
Right.
At least I don't become a leader in my mind. You will suddenly find that, okay, there are some people who are reporting to you and maybe some other people are coming to you for advice. Then it's a kind of a position which is kind of given to you based on how you have been working, what you have been delivering, what responsibilities you are managing, what portfolio you are doing, over a period, what skill sets you have developed, what learning you are doing. All those things actually determine whether you become a leader or not.
Right.
So first thing in my mind is that you have to become very skillful in your job. Leadership to baad mein.
Correct.
Once you become very good at your job, then you will be given more responsibilities by definition. Or you can go and ask for more responsibilities.
Right.
And the more and more responsibilities you start getting in, slowly, some of the people will start reporting to you. And the more people start reporting to you or more your team size becomes larger and larger, then only you become a leader. For leader, you should have some team. I cannot be an individual manager and say I'm the leader.
Yeah. Agree. Correct, sir. Sir, my next question is, how do you take decision when you are unsure or under pressure?
See, decision making is something is again, it's a practice or I would say it will take time.
Right.
So there are times when I take decisions immediately. There are times when I take decisions later. There are times when I decide there should not be any decision on this.
Right.
It changes from subject to subject to subject.
Right.
But the one thing in my mind is that when the problem is small, don't allow the problem to become bigger. Then decision making becomes more complex. It is better to solve a problem when it is small in size than when it becomes big in size.
True. True.
For example, if I find, or in my past experience, say 10 years back, 15, 20 years back, I find a problem where I made, meaning the company made payment twice wrongly to some person. I have to make, say, X lakhs of rupees. By mistake, because of some process violation or something like that, some mistake ho gaya, the payment went twice to the person and I somehow recovered the money after, say, a few days.
Right.
The problem is small. If I just ignore that, then you will find after 1 or 2 years, instead of losing lakhs, you will lose crores.
Yeah, agree. Completely agree.
So when the problem is small, immediately try to address the problem smaller. So there you should take decisions very, very quickly. Do not take things very lightly, particularly when things are going wrong.
Right.
That is one part.
Right.
Decisions when things have gone wrong have to be very fast.
Right.
However, when it involves some, say, $10 million investment, it is not right to take a decision in 24 hours, for example, whether I have to invest $10 million in this business or not.
True.
You may end up making a wrong decision in those cases. So it depends on the size of the decision. It depends on the value of the decision. It depends on the time frame. It depends on many factors.
Right.
So some you have to take very quickly.
Agree.
What I'm saying is not rocket science. Everybody does that. It's not something new I'm telling.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. To know